Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite. And like I mentioned in the last episode, or the last part, I was not going to remember anything that happened because I was moving. I've moved. I'm now in my new place, and I remembered to put my stuff together yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, right, I remember to do that. Put all my game systems together to set up everything so that we can play. And I started to record this, and my capture card just decided to shit the bed on me. So it's fine. I just had to reboot it. But like, hello, what a pain in my fucking ass. But yeah, so I've been here like now fully 2 weeks. Moved in with all my furniture about a week and a half. But my mom came down to help me, and we brought stuff over, and we spent the night. And it's been like 2 weeks since I've been spending the night and staying here. So, yeah. Been doing all sorts of stuff. Put in new lighting. Because there were no lights in half the rooms, which is really fucking weird. And then the prior people renting were like, whatever. And I'm like, nah, bitch, I need lights. I want fucking ceiling lights. I don't have freaking lamps. I'm buying a ton of lamps. Probably could have bought a ton of lamps because fucking shit's expensive. And the movers dropped one of my bookshelves down the stairs. It's not really his fault. He was holding on to it, and it just decided to like bust off into pieces and fall down the stairs. It's like a 20-plus-year-old old particle board bookshelf, so shocking that it lasted, but it kind of sucks because it's like, I wanted a new bookshelf, but bookshelves are expensive, and I'm not made out of motherfucking money, and now I don't have a goddamn bookshelf. So like, shit. Anyway, fun stuff. But anyway, we're going to start Alan's route today. Yay! And I don't remember anything about this. I remember nothing. Holy shit, I remember nothing. This one, any other games. Okay. So we're going to, okay. All skip? Wait. Not all skip, wait. Stop, wait. Why is it all skip? I don't want it to be all skip. Hold on. Fate's Call. A promotion? Okay, yeah. But I don't want it to be all skip. Well, how the hell did I... It's not all skip, but how do I... Oh, we can skip to next choice, can't we? Because I'm trying... But, like, I don't understand where the... Hold on. How did it get set to all skip? It should just be skip red. Skip mode, red. But how did I change? I didn't come in here and change it. But that's fucking weird. Right? What did I hit that did that? But anyway, can't we, was this the one that we could do it? I can't remember. Hold on. I don't remember. I thought there was one that one of the games we could skip. Message skip, auto I don't think we... Could we? Nope. Oops. Volume, screen, configuration. Let's see. Quick load, show story, jump to choice. Oh, okay, it's the right sticky thing. Okay. I hit the wrong one. Okay. Okay, hold on. Yas. Okay. I forgot how to use everything again. We're doing this all new. You're like, is this the first time you've played a game? Yes. Yes, because it's been like weeks. And everything is black. I mean, it's not just you, it's me too. Like, holy shit. Well, that's because we have no choices in the first 3 chapters. So it's skipping through 3 chapters. It's kind of like, it's just skipping through the 3 chapters and showing you a black screen. I'm like, is it better? Anyway. Right? Staring through me, waiting about the promotion. Yes. Let's see. I have to if I want to earn that promotion. Okay. We could have just manually skipped through this one, I guess, because it's the same chapter and it's just going to take forever. And it's just weird looking at a black screen. Right. Gil. I'm totally in love with you. Are you struggling with work or something, Gil? Anyway, I'm just going to do this for this chapter because, whatever. I was going to say something, but I forgot. Yeah, everything is backwards here because I am using a different TV because I usually used to have my little TV stand with all of my gaming equipment and my TV on it. And then, I would just sit on my bouncy ball, drag my computer over, hook everything up, whatever. And now I have a loft area, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get a new TV stand for downstairs. And I put my other original TV stand with my old TV that I was using as a monitor for work, which is way too excessively big. It's only is it 40 inches maybe? I don't know. It's not. Hold on. I read something on Wikipedia. Wikipedia. I read something on Wikipedia. Anyway, so that's upstairs in my loft with my smaller TV and all my gaming things and my bedroom DVD player. Because this used to be the TV that was in my bedroom, but then when we started working from home, I used it as a monitor, and I never watched TV in my bedroom anyway, unless I was in there cleaning or whatnot. So, and then I got a third smaller TV to use as a monitor because it was cheaper than buying an actual computer monitor, which is stupid. And then I'm like, well, it's a smart TV, so I'd better fix my makeup. It's funny that we never choose that one. So, anyway, so now in my loft, I have my bouncy ball, but my computer's on the right side, and my tablet can actually sit on the thing, and everything's different, and it's weird. Freeze up after hearing he's attracted to you. Oh, here we go. Something we haven't read yet. Huh? I forgot all the voices, too! Oh, fun! All right, Alan was this one, wasn't he? I think so. Attractive? Hearing that, I'm struck speechless, which just mortifies me even more. Fall off my bouncy ball, I'm going to smash my head into the frickin' railing. No, I am not taking that as a compliment. He just wants to share. This is not acceptable. I slam my hands down on the desk. I'm suddenly furious at his shameless audacity. The audacity! It's perfectly obvious why you haven't gotten married yet, Alan. Because she says that with quotes around it. If that's your real name. I can't help it if I fall for a woman who's already in love. What do you want me to say? That's morally and ethically completely off limits. But if someone falls for me first, I just can't find them attractive, So you simply can't see someone as a potential mate unless they already belong to someone else. I guess you could say that in so many words. If you weren't already aware, you should realize that polygamy is against the law. And not as long as I don't get married, right? Why are you even here in the first place? Because I'm interested in marriage. It's like an experiment. If we're going to make any progress, we're going to have to adjust your fundamental perspective on things. I'm touched by your interest in me. I see now why all of his other advisors gave up on him. Changing this guy's basic outlook on life isn't going to be an easy task. He says he's interested in marriage, but all he really wants is other people's lovers. I have no idea how to find him a partner. What if I introduce him to someone looking to commit marriage-based fraud? No, we must address his fetish, or his marriage will crumble. To be honest, it'd be a heck of a lot easier to just shoot him with one of my arrows. But that would be admitting defeat to my dad. Even so, I have no idea if I'll actually be able to change my members' values. Still, I have no choice but to do it. I need to get promoted and prove Dad wrong. I'm pretty sure a lot of this is common things, but it's been a while, and it's about Alan, so whatever. When I returned to my senses, I realized Alan was holding my hand. I immediately slapped it away. Since we're in his route, we're going down his route, we might as well, do that. Now then, skip to the love match test, yes. Now it's chilly up here. I took my hoodie off. But anyway, yeah, I got a really cool, it's a twisty-turny, but it looks like tentacles. I just liked it. Lamp for in here. This is the most expensive fucking light in my house. What the fuck? Anyway, I liked it a lot. Prototype. Why don't you try it out? Run as many initial tests as possible. Try the test! Sure, what do I do? And then we do this, and we go through the test. I'm not reading the whole thing. We've already read that. Okay, here you go. 14 questions. Answer. Blah, blah, blah. Think of the person. and start. All right, so are you dating someone? Yes. Will you happily sacrifice yourself? No. Do you feel like you only want to side? Okay, no. 4 is no. 5 is no. 6 is no. 7 is no. 8 is no. 9 is no. 10 is no. 11 is no. 12 is no. 13 is no. And 14 is no. Oh, and we hit X to end, right? End. End! Go through, blah, blah, blah. Mania! Mania? An enthusiastic love. A love that burns like magma for both you and your lover. And these types tend to get jealous easily. I don't remember her voice, but whatever. Jealousy. I wonder what it's like to fall in love with someone like that. So funny that it's like, I mean, maybe not computer screen, like, outline, but I just wonder, that's the layer is so like that, and it's like, it's, yeah, take like that. They say, love makes mind. It wasn't her voice, but, I never thought about my own study. You don't want to check out the other love types. I check out the... Stop checking. Oh, we can... Skip! No. Okay, we're going to skip through a chapter or two, but yeah, so it's kind of fun, like, up here is my gaming center, but then I also have my computer here, like, whatever. This is my YouTube studio. Anyway. Thanks for our help. It's all part of the job, right? No love points with Shelby. I'm sorry, darling. I do miss you. You're quite charming, if they made you kind of bland. But really only in the, like, you're like, oh, okay, Shelby. And then you're like, I actually really like Shelby. I mean, Shelby is definitely my type to begin with. He's got flair. You don't have glasses, but you have flair, so... Anyway, that one skipped fast. That skipped through 2 chapters fast. Anyway, the one I'm most worried about, I picture all 5 of their faces. This is date week. Who am I most worried about? This motherfucker. Licking a feather. Whatever he was licking, I don't know. Maybe Alan. Oh, that sneaky thieving parasite. Isn't he only interested in unavailable women? Unfortunately, yes. So I want to show him how great a one-on-one relationship can be, but I'm not sure how he'll handle that. The more the merrier is his motto. Ethics don't factor into his mindset at all. Flat out saying that it's normal won't be enough. In fact, even I'm not convinced. You really care a lot about the Parasite 5, huh? Well, I am their managing advisor. Plus, this is my big chance to get a promotion. Okay. We can skip. Skip. Ooh, case 5. Now we go on a date with Alan. Alan date. That's exactly why Gil turned into the lovelorn parasite. Hope you're up for a fight, Gil. We vote. That's... Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Case 5. Alan Melville. Fun. Saturday, 7 p.m. Good evening! We had decided to meet up at Alan's store to start our date. He was still dealing with a customer when I arrived. Ah, welcome. Sorry for asking you to come all the way out to my store. I'll be closing up for the night soon. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just wait here till you're ready. I made my way to one corner of the store in order to stay out of everyone's way. For a pillow store, this place is actually pretty big. Pillow Luxuria was a swanky pillow store on 9th Avenue. I only knew about it thanks to Alan. I'd never actually seen it for myself before. 9th Avenue is mainly a high-class residential area, so I don't usually have a reason to visit. As I was looking around the shop, I heard a woman yawn from the back. I'm gonna yawn now. I hate reading yawns. Sorry. I was trying out this pillow and I guess I just fell asleep. It's
true. Our pillows are well renowned for their ability to deliver a good night's sleep.
I believe it. I can just imagine all the sweet dreams this would bring me. I believe I'll take it.
I'm very glad to hear it. Allow me to wrap it up for you.
Wow, it looks like he takes his job pretty seriously. From my corner of the store, I took a peek at Alan as he went about his task. Normally, he just talked about stealing people's girlfriends, so it was hard to imagine him with a proper job like this. But I guess if you're gonna have a store on 9th Ave, you have to take it seriously.
Oh, how lovely. Your husband is a lucky man to have the love of such a wonderful woman. I must admit, I'm quite jealous.
Oh, come now. No need to flatter me. I already bought the pillow.
No, I only speak from the heart. I do hope you grace us with your presence again. I'll be awaiting your next visit. In your dreams when you buy my pillow. I'll sneak into your dreams and make love to you. Okay. Alan Melville of Pillow Luxuria is at your service for a good night's sleep. And so much more.
This whore. I love it. Huh? There was something ominous in those words, but Alan just kissed his elegant customer's hand and gave her a sly wink. You're quite wonderful yourself, and don't worry, I'm sure I'll be back again very soon. I need another pillow. Honey, why do we have 32 pillows? Just in case we have guests, dear. Shut up.
Your patronage is much appreciated. I'll be here waiting.
Alan escorted his last customer of the day out of the store. He then flipped the sign over to show that the store was closed.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
No, I didn't feel like I was waiting at all. But, Alan, are you always like that with your customers?
What do you mean?
Like, with how intimate you are with them? Most store clerks don't hold their customers' hands, and they definitely don't kiss them.
You're not jealous, are you?
No, I just want to make sure you're not overstepping your boundaries. I grabbed his arm and glared at him angrily. He just ran his hand through his hair and gave me a wry smile.
Don't worry. I'm just here to help them pick out the perfect pillow. It's not like I'm doing anything illegal.
I hope you're right about that.
If you're really that worried, you're welcome to live here and keep an eye on me. Feel free to move in any time.
No thanks. I see absolutely no upside to that for me. I just realized, like, for some reason, if you look, like, the little... Is that? Okay, no, it is an earring. Because I just noticed the little tuft of hair right above his ear is, like, a lighter purple, and it does swoop down a little bit behind his ear, but for a second, I was like, I thought his feathery earring had, like, a blue feather and a purple feather. And then the way the sprite was when I was reading and I glanced up, I was like, I noticed that little bit of purple, the lighter purple above his ear, and I was like, wait, is that like just a longer piece of hair and not like his earring? It's his earring. It's almost the same color. And for a second I was like, wait, what the fuck? I've been thinking it's an earring and it's hair. But it's not. It's an earring. It's just, I never realized that little patch of hair underneath was that much lighter. And you can kind of see it behind the earring too. Like, I never realized that. I guess I didn't stare at Alan close enough, or I was just too captivated by his beautiful eyes. Like, look at that. He's got so much guy liner on, it's ridiculous. To notice the little patch of purple. It was lighter purple than the rest. Anyway, now you know. If you didn't already. You probably noticed already. Anyway.
Cute as ever, I see. I've never met such a pure-hearted young lady.
Alan snickered, then wrapped his hands around my waist and drew me closer to him.
Why don't you lay down over there? I'll help you pick out a pillow that's just right for you.
Huh? Didn't we already do that the other day?
Oh, that was just some random pillow I thought would be a good match. For a truly perfect fit, it should come from my store. You can even pick out your own filling. Personally, I recommend down feathers, microbeads, or polyester pellets. And that other pillow is a little too thick for you. I wanted to meet you here so I could swap it out for one that fits better.
So our date is picking out a pillow. Oh, sure, okay. You see, it's like, because like the hair comes down and it like blends in, and for like a hot second I was like, wait, what? The feather earring is a little bit of a different color, but still. Right. Well, thanks, I guess. He really is serious when it comes to pillows. I gave a small nod of appreciation and he led me to a nearby bed. Oh dear.
Now then, take off your shoes and lay down. I'll help you have sweeter dreams than that other pillow could ever hope to deliver.
Just the way he said that made it seem way more suggestive than the words themselves. Yeah, okay, well, I don't know. It's just a pillow, right? Why does he have to talk like that? That's what I was thinking as I climbed onto the bed. Wow, this pillow actually feels pretty amazing, too.
You like?
It feels like my head is melting right into it. I never realized just how nice a pillow could feel. I was impressed before, but this high-end store really is amazing. Something like this could give me a good night's sleep for sure. This is definitely even better than my last pillow experience at home. As I was enjoying the incredible pillow, I felt a shadow pass over me. I opened my eyes and saw Alan hovering over me with a serious look on his face. Is he just coming in to adjust the pillow like he did before? Still, if this is how he treats all of his customers, I couldn't help but think that this was a bad sign. He really could get arrested for behavior like this. Really? I don't think so. I mean, okay, well, maybe if someone's like, you're harassing me, but like, I mean, just flirting with people is not going to get you arrested, depending on your level of flirting, but yeah. Okay, Alan does kind of cross lines, so maybe. As I was thinking about that, Alan pressed a lock of my hair to his lips.
You really should be more careful, Spacey. Laying there completely defenseless. Men are like wolves, you know.
Seriously? Have a little more faith in me that I could, like, kick you in the nuts really hard right now. Of course I realize that, but this is a pillow store and you're a pillow salesman, right?
True, but I'm also a man and you're a woman. You can never overpower me.
You don't know that.
Just try not to be so careless, or you might become a victim.
Why do they always feel the need to tell you this? Like, why is this a thing? Why is this a trope?
Men are wolves.
That's why we're all just gonna become lesbians.
That's not fair.
Well, stop fucking telling me to be wary of men, Jesus. He looked at me as if he were awaiting the right response. I don't think that I'm that careless. Either way, it's got nothing to do with you. Look away embarrassed. No, that's definitely not right. Either way, it's got nothing to do with you. Either way, Alan, it's got nothing to do with you. I'm still a god after all. When push comes to shove, I'm sure I can take care of myself. I just glared at him and let out a little laugh that seemed almost sad.
I worry about you. You're different from any other girl I've ever known.
We are not like other girls. That's true, though. What? Different? Different how? Oh no, did I let some part of my Cupid nature slip somehow? I thought I'd become human enough, but I still blurted out my question. In response, Alan kissed the base of my neck. Oh, hi, hello.
I like how you don't care that I'm this close to you right now. Or how you're fine living in a house with a bunch of guys.
He gave me another audible kiss on my neck. I heard a laugh deep down within his throat.
I have to ask, have you ever fallen in love? Do you need me to teach you how?
Huh? Well...
I want you to enjoy that experience as a woman, so I'd be more than happy to...
His hand brushed against my thigh. He grazed it so lightly I jerked reflexively, which led me to smashing my head straight into his. Ow! Ow! Unlike the last time I smacked him, this one hurt me too. I glared at him while rubbing my head. I hope you don't expect me to apologize for that, Alan. That was totally your fault. What's the point of even doing things like that? You're only interested in other people's women, right?
Well, and that's why I asked if you wanted me to show you how to fall in love. After all, today's just for practice, right?
How am I supposed to learn how to fall in love when I know this is how you act with everyone? No woman is gonna just suddenly fall in love after you touch their thigh without warning. Huh?
You really think so?
They might, like, fall in love with you touching their thigh, but not with you, but, you know. Alan looked at me with genuine surprise. He honestly thought that was a winning strategy. His sense of decency is completely screwed up. As his advisor, I felt like it was my duty to try to adjust his sense of morals. I asked him to sit on the bed with me. Listen, Alan, when you prioritize lust over love, nothing good can come of it. Only a truly sincere love can last.
Sincere, eh? I think it's a little too late for that.
But that's the only way you can have a truly happy marriage.
I don't know. I feel like there are plenty of people out there like me who are in perfectly happy relationships.
But even if you manage to find a girlfriend, I'm sure you'd just start cheating on her with someone new.
Well, I'm not exactly looking for someone to fall head over heels for me.
Too late. This is the route we're in, and that's what's gonna happen, bitch. And you're gonna fall head over heels for us, which you weren't expecting either. Yeah. If you don't want to get married, fine. But as long as you're part of our company, I will try to get rid of this bad habit of yours. Otherwise, we'd have nonstop complaints from other members. And if he did get married, it'd just end in divorce and a lawsuit. I know other advisors are just focused on marriage and don't think too much about the details. Here's the thing. I hope you mean, like, they'd sue him. Because, like, they can't sue Cupid Core because he cheated on... I mean, yes, we know that that's exactly what he's going to do. But he could go in and be like, oh, I'm sweet and wonderful. And you're like, okay. And then he gets married and then it's somehow your fault that he cheated on the person. Look, man, he lied to us too. Why is it my fault? You know? Anyway. But in this case, we know that that's what he's going to do. So, anyway. And because of that, even within our company, we have cases of members separating not long after marriage. I'm not okay with that. After all, I'm the god of love. Relationships and romance are my responsibility. Did you forget that this is a practice date for you, not me? If you don't make some effort to fix the things that make you the thieving parasite, we'll ban you. You hear me?
Okay, I'm sorry. Come on, cheer up, okay?
For me. Do you really understand what I'm saying?
Of course I do. Anyway, let's get back to choosing your pillow. I'd like to try one that's not quite so thick.
Alan kissed me again, this time lightly on the cheek. He really doesn't understand anything. Except for pillows. And being a little bit of a man whore, which is okay. He wandered off to find another pillow. While he was searching, I wrote down some Alan-specific ideas for our next workshop. Huh? In the end, it took over an hour to put together my own personalized pillow.
And this pillow is the absolute perfect thickness and material for you. I consider it a gift. I'd love for you to try it out tonight.
Alan winked at me and started wrapping it up for me. I hadn't realized until this moment, but... Wait, a gift?
Yes. Don't you like it?
No, that's not it. It's so soft and comfy. I love it. But aren't your pillows really expensive?
They are, but it's important to me that you're able to get good sleep.
Why?
No reason.
But you don't need to give me anything, especially not something so expensive. A discount would be nice. I took out my wallet and started to run to the register, but he put out his hand to stop me. Oh. Look at his beautiful face. It's kind of like sad. Oh, this TV has a little scratch on it. It goes right across Alan's poor face. Like, it just adds to the, like, beautiful sadness that he has going on right now. I like it.
It's fine, really. I want to give this to you.
Somehow, Alan was looking at me in a way he never had before. He looks kind of forlorn. He was looking at me, but in a way he wasn't. He was almost looking through me, like he was searching for someone else. He brushed his hand against my cheek, but this time it didn't feel gross at all. It was so gentle and sweet, I couldn't help but take his hand.
Listen, Spacey.
Yes? The atmosphere was tense. It wasn't excitement exactly, but my heart was beating faster. I just laid there, waiting to hear what he had to say. He just smiled at me and then...
We've met somewhere before, haven't we?
That's what I was wondering when he's looking through me, like he's looking for someone else. I'm like, this has something to do with the fact that he's an incubus. Maybe, like, well, what was my theory? Well, didn't he say something in the very beginning, like, I found you again, or some shit? And it's kind of like, like, were we, like, kidnapped? Were we an incubus and we were kidnapped by the gods to become the new Cupid, which would make sense. You know what I mean? And like, Alan knows damn well who we are, or he can just sense it or something. I don't know. Come on, weirder shit has happened in this game. I can't wait to see how far off the fucking rails this frickin' row goes. Huh? That phrase sounded oddly familiar. I was pretty sure it was a line from one of the movies Aunt Minerva had shown me. I'm pretty sure that's a line in like 30 of the movies she showed you last week. Is this what Alan is like when he's actually hitting on a girl? I'd nearly fallen for his serious demeanor, but in the end, I was a fool for thinking he'd changed so quickly. Seriously? You're trying to use a pickup line from some old movie on me? Nobody would fall for that in this day and age. Things were suddenly awkward, and I tried to laugh it off. But for some reason, Alan just revealed a sad smile. Is he? I guess I should have expected that. I think he knows us, and we don't, and he's like hoping that we remember him. Huh? For some reason, his mournful gaze made my heart ache. Could it be we really had met before? But I seriously doubt I would forget meeting someone who clearly leaves such a strong impression. Besides, I'd only been in the human realm for 6 years. Felt like I'd remember pretty much anyone I'd met. I must have looked truly confused because he suddenly reached out to me.
Anyway, if we keep laying around here, we won't have time for our actual date. Shall we get going? The pillow is a little bulky to carry around, so let's leave it here for now. We can come back and get it afterward.
Sure, I guess that's okay. I still wasn't totally certain on what had just happened, so I just nodded in agreement. Did Alan not notice the look on my face, or was he just pretending? I thought about that as he gathered his things to leave. From there, we just walked around in the night air and had a fairly casual conversation. Wait, so you don't actually own that store?
Technically, no. But the actual owner is never there. He's always out traveling here and there.
Wow, I totally thought that was your place.
Well, it's not too far from the truth. Like I said, the owner's never around and there are no other employees.
Things were feeling much more relaxed with Alan than I was expecting. I figured he'd be aggressive the entire time, but I guess he's capable of carrying on a normal conversation after all. If he could just be this way all the time, I'm sure he could find a nice girlfriend with no problem.
Oh, look! And they have some rental bikes.
You're right. These things are so convenient. You don't have to maintain them or anything.
And that's true. And that's exactly why I like things that are shared.
Huh? Shared. Whenever Alan uses that word, it sounds so ominous.
I use these bikes a lot. Did you know there's an app that'll let you search for the exact one you want?
Wow, really? I had no idea. That sounds really useful.
I wish there was an app like this for girls. And that way I could tell right away if she belonged to someone else.
How exciting. I'm pretty sure there are apps like that, Alan. There has got to be some kind of app or website or something where people are like looking to hook up with other people that are married or whatnot. So, I'm just saying, come on. There is an app for everything these days, Alan. Your imagination is so weird. I made no effort to hide how creeped out I was, but he just smiled right back at me.
But you don't mind sharing a bike, right? Wouldn't it be even better to know exactly where to find your favorite one?
It's different when you're talking about a bike.
It is.
Oh, is it?
Why can't you apply the same idea to a partner? And that makes no sense to me.
People are different than Alan. Weird. Seriously, how does someone end up like this? What does someone have to go through to develop such a strange fetish? If it's from some kind of serious trauma, that's not something I can fix. That calls for a trained psychiatrist. I don't think there's any kind of psychiatrist that could fix Alan. I'm really not sure how involved I should get. I'm just a bridal advisor. My job is to take whatever information I can get and introduce compatible partners. And we've got the Cupid system to help with that too, so things usually go pretty well. Actually, I did say I thought humans could handle things for themselves, but now here we are, relying on machines. In a way, doing everything I can for the Parasite 5 is a true test for my godly skills. Alan is a true test for your godly skills.
Oh, this place has bubble tea. You want some?
I looked up when Alan called out to me. I noticed a small food truck selling bubble tea. Wow, that does look good. But isn't it kind of filling? We want to leave room for dinner, right?
Huh? Is it dinner time?
Yeah, it's already 8 o'clock. Do you not usually eat dinner or something? I thought it said 9. Maybe it said 7. Probably said 7. I don't know why my brain thought 9.
Yeah, I don't really get that hungry normally. I like bubble tea, so I just get it whenever I'm in the mood.
Ah, I see. Well, we're supposed to be on a date, so let's get a proper dinner.
Okay, gotcha. And then I'll get us 2 large bubble teas.
Alan tried heading to the food truck, so I quickly grabbed him by the shirt. Proper dinner.
So fries?
Yes. Where are you going? You still gonna buy bubble tea after what I just said?
Huh? Did I do something wrong?
We're supposed to be practicing a real date, right?
Yeah. And that's why I was gonna buy us bubble tea for dinner.
No, that's unacceptable. I mean, it's probably acceptable for some people, but it's definitely not normal.
What? But there are plenty of girls who don't like eating dinner, right?
Well, I'm sure there are some. If you're both on the same wavelengths for food preferences and habits, it's fine. But if you ask a girl to go to dinner with you and you show up with a couple of bubble teas, we're gonna get complaints for sure.
I see. So hunger is that important to humans, huh?
Why do you talk like you're not human? That's not something you can just go around saying, okay?
Okay, sorry. Look! And that food cart has hot dogs. Is that acceptable?
Well, it's pretty nice out tonight, so. But other girls might have a different outlook, so you need to pay attention to their reactions when you suggest things.
Alright, I understand. Anyway, I'll go get a couple hot dogs and we can have dinner in the park.
I mean, that's kind of cute if you were suggesting, like, this is the suggestion, like, what do you want to do? And you were like, how about we grab bubble tea and hot dogs and we go to the park? And they're like, oh, that sounds great. Or they're like, yeah, no, I'm not into that shit, you know? Yeah, these conversations. We ended up getting bubble tea to go with our hot dogs, then headed to Lost York Park. All right, let's eat. We sat down on a bench together and got to work on our hot dogs. I have to admit, this is pretty good.
Yeah, bubble tea is wonderful, isn't it? I just love those chewy little pearls. I haven't had any in a while, so this is nice.
You really love bubble tea that much? I wouldn't have expected that.
Oh, really?
Well, just because you seem so mature, I wouldn't peg you as someone that eats a lot of sweet stuff. Again, throwing out that shade that, like, men can't like sweets.
Sweet. I know this is sour. Either way, it's not like I have it every day or anything.
Bubble tea is sour?
I was out cycling one day and just happened to notice a cart selling it. I basically got into it by chance. At first, I actually was drinking it every day, but I didn't want to start putting on weight, so I cut back to once a month.
With a big smile on his face, Alan took another drink of bubble tea. There were some odd word choices in that conversation, but overall, this does have the feel of an actual date. Eating in a normal restaurant is definitely nice, but there's something refreshing about having dinner on a park bench. Yeah, it's casual. If he could get rid of his weird fetish, I'm sure he could get married right away. I took a bite of my hot dog and glanced over at him. He had some breadcrumbs stuck to his lips and stuck out his tongue to wipe them away. His lips were glistening with saliva, which I suddenly realized was quite sexy. Really? It just makes me think of the trail of gag. I quickly turned away. I still can't figure out why Alan actually decided to join Cupid Corps. Just have a feeling that it's worded differently. If you're like, oh, like the moisture when you lick your lips is supposed to be like saliva. I don't know, there's something about saliva that just doesn't sound sexy. He licked his lips and then they looked all moist. I know people have aversion to the word moist, but I'd rather that than like, oh, they were coated with saliva and it looked sexy. Really? Because when you say it like that, it doesn't sound sexy. I get the image you're trying to put out, but I don't know, the word saliva just doesn't. It's not like, ooh, hot and bothered. It's like, I'm gonna need to put on a jacket. It's getting kind of cold in here. It's not sexy. I don't know. Anyway. He's clearly satisfied with his one-night stands and has no desire to get married. Does he maybe have some other reason for joining? But if so, what could it be? I risked another peek at him. He was looking down at his hot dog, which I found to be equally sexy. I seriously couldn't figure this guy out. All I could do for now was finish my hot dog. Alan exists, is sexy. Eventually, we continued our date and enjoyed an evening in the park. Around 10 p.m., we returned to Alan's store.
Well then, here's your pillow.
Oh, thank you. The pillow had been lovingly wrapped and placed in an elegant paper bag. Alan handed me my gift. So, that's it for our date. Shall we return to Parasite House?
All about that. Actually, I live here above the store. Would you like to see?
I'm sorry?
I feel like we can't relax at Parasite House. Why don't we spend some time alone here instead?
Alan. What? He took my arm and whispered those words to me seductively. I immediately smacked his hand away. This is exactly why you're not married yet. Besides, I'm not your type, remember?
It's not a law that I can only sleep with girls that are my type.
Well, regardless, I suggest you stick to your type and try to find love. I'm going home. Really, you slept with Raoul pretty fast. She's like, eh. I took my pillow and stormed out the door. You should have smacked him with your pillow. It wouldn't have hurt, though. Fluffy pillow. He's such a remorseless player. He seriously tried to get me into bed on our first date. Our first practice date. No matter how many times I tell him, he refuses to understand. I carried my irritation all the way to the subway station. 'Tis a little chilly in here right now, actually, to be honest.
I guess I'm just terrible at this. I wanted to experience the ecstasy of love, but I just can't seem to get it right. I'm completely incapable of getting rid of these bad habits of mine, and I hate myself for it.
Aw. It's okay, sweetie. I swear to God, I looked before and it was 24 minutes, now it's 42, and this is like really bizarre. Was that... Just lost like 20 minutes. Yes. We should be able to get through the whole common route, though. I mean, we're almost there. Don't let Gil bear the brunt. Makes Gil sad. Too bad, Gil. It's not your route. Oh, Ryuki. Oops. Was he mad about something? Sorry, Ryuki. It's not about you. Whoops. Oops. I was trying to, like... I hit the wrong button. Good night and good luck. We should report her to the police. We're not there yet because it's still a black screen. If it were up to me, I knew I had to choose my words carefully. Don't report her to Instagram because then we're going to get, like, murdered. We'll get a bad ending. This is interesting because everyone else had, like, the bad end in the common route where you choose the different love type. Alan doesn't, which is weird. Well, I am the real deal Cupid. Don't use Cupid's bow. We already know what happens when we use Cupid's bow. We get the harem ending, and, like, that's a bad ending. I still game. That's not a bad ending. That's the best ending in the game. Thank you very much. And now we're starting Alan's route. So, the end created a whole new challenge for me. Alan. The Angel Demon Face Off. Ooh. Oh, this background's interesting. 21 years ago, the underworld.
Not this one. And not this one either. Here we go. I finally figured out how to proceed.
Are you the king of the underworld, Alan? Wait, oh my god, wait a minute! Wait a minute! No, that just slapped me in the face. We've been the whole time with freaking like, okay, Peter is fucking Jupiter, whatever. And then in Alan's drought, they kept talking about like Pluto, you know, whatever. Oh my god, Alan, are you secretly Pluto? Oh shit! He's like in the underworld, and you're like, okay, whoa, wait a minute. That would be fucking amazing. And that'd be why you do Alan's route last, and then that leads to Peter / Jupiter. Because you can't just fight me. I'm like, whatever. You're not fooling me, game. I know how this goes. I assume. But oh my god, what? That would be amazing. That I think would be. That would make it equal. Each route has gone slightly more off the rails. And like. You were like, I don't know, Raul, how are you gonna live up to fucking fighting a god in a transforming car? And then you were, you were Alexander the Great, and our aunt was in love with you, and I should have known not to trust that bitch, because she had her eyes closed the whole time. I still love her, but damn it, fool me twice. Fuck, I'm stupid. Like, you know, it's been a long time since Code Realize and the eyes closed thing, so I just didn't see it coming, okay? And like, but now it's, but then Alan kept mentioning Pluto in his round. Like, why do we just, I mean, because he was like obsessed with freaking mythology and shit. But I'm just saying also, I don't know. We'll see. That would be fun. But that would be fun. Anyway.
At long last, I can take away Cupid's bow.
Why would you want to take away my bow? What are you doing? I mean, he's an incubus, but do we not know that Pluto could be an incubus? You don't know. Anyway. Well, back to business as usual. After the finale of Parasite House, each of the Parasite 5 had canceled their membership, so I was looking over their profile sheets one last time. I wonder what happened to Alan. I hadn't heard from him at all. He canceled his membership without a consultation or even letting me know directly. I wonder if he wrote down a reason for why he decided to leave. On the cancellation form, there's a box for them to fill in their reasons if they want. I pulled up the form to take a look, and I could hardly believe what I saw. Terminated due to violation of contract terms and conditions. Terminated due to violation of... What the heck? Does that mean he actually... Based on his past behavior, I had to imagine it must have been something pretty bad. But there weren't any further details, so I decided to go talk to the coworker who had handled his termination process. Excuse me, I was hoping you could tell me what happened with this. I handed her a printout of the form, and her face immediately turned sour. Ugh, Alan Melville, do you have any idea how much trouble that little shit has caused us? He's been messing with our other members. For an advisor to refer to a member with that kind of language, whatever he did, it must have been pretty bad. According to her, this is what happened. We'd set up a number of couples who were just about to enter into serious relationships, but one after another, they all broke up. And the reason for that was Alan Melville. He went from woman to woman asking them each out on a date, and one by one they agreed. Once you start a formal relationship, you can't date other members. It's company policy. I guess they saw it as one final test. I think it's funny. Once you start a formal relationship, you can't date other members. I mean, you have weird rules. I mean, yes, I feel like once you start a formal relationship with anyone, you shouldn't be dating other people. But like, there are rules in this company that apparently people in the real world always get in, not always, but there are times where people get into formal relationships and still date other people. I mean, it's just funny how they're like, there are rules. And it's like, I mean, yes, there are rules for decent society, but it's just kind of funny the way it's phrased in this game, like, like there's no such thing as, like, cheaters. I mean, they're not wrong. Because, like, again, if you're in a formal relationship, you shouldn't be dating other people, but it's like, you can't. I mean, you can, but you're kind of an asshole, you know? But in every case, the woman said she'd fallen in love with him and called off their previous connections. But for his part, Alan refused to go out with any of the women again.
So both the men and women ended up with broken hearts. Their relationships fell apart and all the women left the company.
What? They all canceled their memberships?
They sure did, and they all said the same thing. I had an incredible dream. I'll never forget it.
They also said weird stuff like, I'd rather live in a dream than deal with a real man. I mean, I kind of agree with that. A real man?
I guess in the end they didn't actually want to marry Alan either. Honestly, none of it makes much sense.
Because he comes to your dreams with his magic pillows.
Either way, after he dated all those women one after another, I went to my supervisor and petitioned to get him kicked out.
Understandable. I see. After the giant headache he'd caused everyone, all I could do was sigh. I think I understand now. Thank you for dealing with all that trouble.
That's our job as advisors, right? Sometimes you get a toxic member like that. All pain and no pleasure, am I right?
I think Alan's trying to make it all pleasure and no pain, but...
But he never caused this much trouble before Parasite House, you know? Why would he suddenly go on a dating spree like that? Oh well, he's gone now. Just put him in the past and don't give it another thought.
Yeah. I sighed again and returned to my desk. Of course, waiting there to welcome me back was that same profile sheet of Alan's.
Damn it! Can't believe how many women he screwed over. And right before they wound up in serious relationships.
He's basically a Cupid's worst nightmare. I wonder how many happy couples there'd be right now if it weren't for him.
Blood type. No idea.
I recall that smug look on his face when he'd call someone our darling and felt anger rising up in me again. I need to talk to him about this. I don't want to ever have to deal with something like this again. He might not be a member of Cupid Corps anymore, but I still wanted him to reconsider his perspective on dating. My coworkers always told me not to feel so responsible, but all I could see was a future without marriage thanks to him. I really hope we can find a way to meet up again somehow. Why does he have to steal from other men? Now that he wasn't a client, I could ask him everything that was off limits before. I wouldn't have to hold anything back. You could kick him in the nuts. Just then the phone began to chime. The special type of ring told me it was an outside call. Who could that be? Alan? Hello, this is Miss Mirror. Hello there. This is the property manager for Parasite House. Do you have a second? Frankly, this was a complete surprise. Property manager. Shelby owns that house, though. That's his, summer house, right? It's my country house. It's literally 2 blocks away. Anyway. Oh, yes, of course. How can I help you? Is there a problem or... For a second, I was worried we might have damaged something during our stay there, but his tone was quite relaxed. Again, Shelby owns that house, so this is weird. Not at all. Actually, it looks like someone left a pillow behind. I contacted your CEO and he told me I should talk to you. This is really fucking weird. Shelby owns that house. There was no property manager. It's not a rental. He owns the house. So it's not like, oh, it's the production manager of the crew or whatever. This is bizarre. A pillow. It had to be one of Alan's. I see. If you don't mind, I can come by later and pick it up. Then I can return it to the owner myself. I'd really appreciate that. Just let me know a time that's good for you, and I'll meet you at the house. We agreed on a time for me to stop by, and I hung up the phone. This is weird. I'd just been hoping for an excuse to talk to Ellen again, so this was perfect timing. As a bridal advisor, and as the literal god of love, I simply couldn't tolerate the stealing of partners. I made up my mind to confront Alan and began preparing a list of talking points. A few days later... After work, I headed for the subway to take me to Alan's store on 9th Avenue. It turned out I was right. The forgotten pillow did belong to Alan. That's what was in the... That's what was in the paper bag I was currently clutching. While I was walking to the subway, I took a look at my phone. Huh, what's this? An article had started trending, Urban Legends of Lost York. I started reading it. One of the legends they mentioned was that the women in the city had started having strange erotic dreams. It said that women had started breaking up with their partners because their dreams were too good. What a strange urban legend. Alan, what the fuck are you doing? I can't see why people would start breaking up just because of some weird dreams. I mean, your dreams might be great, but, you should have decent shit in reality, too, Who doesn't want to have amazing dreams and an amazing reality? I was puzzled, but I just moved on to my daily routine of checking out the #Cupid hashtag. The #Cupid hashtag. The Cupid hashtag, but there was a hashtag in front of it. After a while, I arrived at Alan's store, Pillow Luxuria. I hadn't been here since our practice date. I probably should have told him I was coming, but I didn't want him to weasel out of this. I was hoping to catch him during the store's business hours. Okay, here I go. I slowly opened the door and nervously peeked into the store. I spotted Alan helping out a customer.
Next, I need to check your height, so just relax your body and stare straight up at the ceiling.
Like this?
Perfect. Imagine being wrapped in a cocoon. Relax your breathing. Embrace the pleasant sensation of floating away.
The woman was lying on one of the beds in the store. She must have been there for a pillow fitting. A really weird pillow fitting.
And now then, just keep your eyes closed and you'll have the most wonderful dream.
A dream? Yes, I am getting kind of sleepy. Alan snapped his fingers and she went perfectly still, as if all her energy had been sapped away. She was fast asleep. What the? Was that some kind of hypnosis? Just as I was getting ready to lean in for a closer look, the strangest thing happened. Oh my god, look at his angry eyes. His crazy eyes. Alan's eyes became two tiny fires, and a long tail flicked into existence. Wind whipped around him, rattling the windows, yet he also had... Oh my god, he's got horns, and look at his, ghostly long hair. Oh my god. I know he's okay, the angel demon face of it is because we're the angel and he's the demon. Sure, but he is, please God, he needs to be Pluto. I would fucking die. That'd be so amazing. Instead of just a lackey. Don't be a lackey. Don't. You need to, this would be amazing. Don't scream. You know where I am. He doesn't. He doesn't know how to fly upstairs yet, so. What on earth? My hand went to my mouth at the sight of what was clearly something other than human. Is Alan some kind of god? The way his eyes lit up reminded me of how my dad looked when he reached for his axe in anger. And even I did something similar when I used my Cupid's bow. I would sprout feathers and start to glow. What was happening to Alan is exactly what would happen if a god were using their powers, right? Suddenly, Alan leaned directly over the woman. Huh? And then he thrust his hand into her body. Well, to be more precise, he thrust his hand into some kind of fog that had begun to gather around her. I love his, ghostly like the ghost hair and the ghost horns and everything. It's kind of cool. And in the next moment, his entire body disappeared into that same fog. What the? I just stood there completely dumbfounded. I had absolutely no idea what was going on. I don't know how much time passed, but eventually he re-emerged from the fog. He slowly licked his lips, then snapped his fingers again. With that, his tail disappeared, and the fog hanging over the woman began to dissipate. The next moment, the apparent customer stirred and gave a big, long stretch. Then she slowly raised herself up. I can't quite recall it, but I just had the most wonderful dream. All my stress seems to have melted away. This pillow really is something else. I had no idea it could restore so much energy. I'll take it.
I do so appreciate your patronage.
The woman happily paid for her pillow and left the store. Once she was gone, I made my way into the store. Alan, what the hell was that? When he saw me, Alan's eyes went wide for the briefest moment, but he quickly caught himself and returned to normal. The shocked Alan face is nice.
Ah, so good to see you again, our darling. And how is the most beautiful bridal advisor I know?
Don't you scream like that!
We just got in a new line of pillows I think you would love. If you'd like, we can...
Don't try and change the subject. Seriously, what the hell did I just witness?
What do you mean? I was just doing my job.
Popping into a lady? I mean, you're not talking your way out of this one. I saw everything. I saw you go inside that woman. And if someone heard this conversation, they'd think you were talking about sex, and it's totally not. His face changed again. His eyes showed something. Not quite alarm, not quite melancholy, but something in between. He quickly recomposed himself again, then just smiled and shrugged his shoulders.
Is that right? How odd. I thought I'd put up an interference field as usual, to keep anyone from seeing me.
Then he looked at me with the most bewitching smile.
But you saw what you saw. And the truth is, I'm a
god. You're a god, aren't you?
Huh?
Lost in the excitement of meeting my first god in the human realm, I rushed up to Alan. Oh my god, she's so funny. Maybe other gods had decided to check out the world of man, or maybe some had been given some specific orders. I mean, he's an incubus, but, like, that doesn't mean that Pluto can't be an incubus, right? Come on, he could be. You never know. Whatever the case may be, this was my first time seeing another god down here. It would just be so much cooler. It would just be so much better than he's just a fucking lackey. Like, oh, come on, game. Don't cockblock me now. The truth is, I'm a god too. Can you tell? So what's your real name? Your divine name, I mean. I had that same excited energy I got when I talked to Clara sometimes. But I was so happy I just couldn't hold back.
Well...
I'm actually Cupid. I'm not part of the DC, of course, so you probably haven't heard of me. Everyone knows who fucking Cupid is. Come on, you're from Celestia, right? What god are you? I just stared at him, hoping he wasn't like the god of robbery or something. After a moment, Alan burst out laughing.
Me? A god? Boy, you're really something else.
Huh? But you are a god, aren't you? No mere mortal can do something like that.
You honestly think that any being who can do something like that must be a god?
But isn't that right? I mean, of course I've read about things like psychics and stuff, but I've never met one personally. I know we're over time, but I just thought maybe you were a god that was taking a little trip down here from Celestia or something. I mean, that's what I'm doing. If my aunt or mom were down here with us, they'd probably describe me as a kind of psychic.
Wow. So Miss Cupid here has been so sheltered, so coddled, she doesn't even know about the mere existence of demons.
Somehow it sounded like he was mocking himself more than me. He looked at me with anger in his eyes. A demon?
A being that exists to corrupt humans. Unlike your gods, they're completely evil.
Alan took my hand, then put his arm around my waist as if we were about to start dancing.
I'm an incubus. I'm nothing like you and your gods. In fact, I'm the complete opposite.
Incubus? Demon? I'd heard the word demon before, mostly in the movies I'd seen. Sometimes it was even part of the title. You'd think in her job as being Cupid, they would have been like, we're gods and we're good, and there's evil people. But then again, Minerva's not exactly good, and Ares isn't exactly good. I mean, I'm just saying. This is good and evil line is a little fucking, there's a lot of gray area, I'm just saying. But I didn't really know what it actually meant. To be honest, it had never occurred to me to look into it.
I can't say I'm surprised. Your gods are so self-absorbed, and they refuse to even acknowledge our existence. A demon is an evil being that feeds off of humans. Even the gods underestimate us at their peril.
Oh, look at angry Alan. Wow, crazy-eyed Alan. In one smooth motion, he turned me in his arms and pushed me onto the bed. Again, like a bit of choreographed dance. Oh, hi, look, oh, Alan, I'm trying to hide, anyway.
An incubus is specifically a demon that feasts on the dreams of humans.
Like, look at him, you can see all his, like, his tail and shit going on, and he's like, oh, he's losing his shit. Oh, he's getting his demon form coming out half. That is disturbing and kind of sexy at the same time. Dreams? Alan glared at me with his glowing eyes.
That's right. To me, these humans you seem to love so much are nothing more than food. And the dreams of a woman in love are the tastiest of all meals. And That's why I steal. The gods consider themselves givers, but not me. I take. I torment. I'm despised by the gods and their disciples. You know, I can't help but wonder, what might the dreams of a god taste like?
It's funny that he didn't try to feast on us. You know, he had to know we were different. You know? I don't know. Alan? It was clear I'd said something to make Alan angry, but I couldn't imagine what it might have been. I didn't know anything about demons and didn't have the slightest clue what he was talking about at that moment. He takes instead of gives? That was meant to explain why he steals women? What does that mean, he feasts on dreams? You could also feast on dreams and you're not really like, oh, I eat people's dreams. And like, okay. But like, people still get up and... That lady got up and felt refreshed and you were stealing... I mean, you're kind of fucking up their lives when they break up with their boyfriends, but like, come on. Is that really his fault? It depends. I've never had an incubus feed on my dreams, I guess. But apparently he noticed that my head was swirling with questions. He tapped me lightly on the chest. I noticed his fingernails were longer than before. Yeah, he's got like claws now.
Even in a situation like this, it doesn't even occur to you to run away, does it? I am displeased. Perhaps I should just show you the power of an incubus directly. Or would it be even more effective on the god of love, I wonder?
Suddenly wind began whipping around the two of us. The windows began to shake and shudder again. Alan's eyes were ferocious.
Maybe you don't understand the true horror of a demon just yet, but you will. I'll make sure of it.
His burning eyes seemed to stare into me. At first, I thought they were filled with anger, but why did it feel like he was about to cry? I tried forming the question, but my lips wouldn't move. Then the world started to fade as if I'd been drugged. Oh, we slipping into dreams! But see, it's weird when it's pink like this, because it's like Clarice is pink. But it's not Clarice speaking, and it's like, just make it white or something. Anyway, we're going to wrap this part up here because we're way over, but I just didn't know I was going to go that long. But it's okay, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.